All right, welcome to the channel. Today I got a question that was asked of me on how to manage finances as a college student. Being that I've spoken to many college classes before, it's a topic that has come up. And managing finances effectively, especially as a college student, it starts with knowing your fixed expenses. So what are your fixed expenses? Bills, like your monthly bills. I'm not talking about your credit card bills. I'm talking about monthly fixed expenses like your car payment, your rent, anything that is a fixed cost, right? You have to know that number. If you tell me right now that you don't know that number, you need to know that number. That means that you're not managing your finances properly, and that's the foundation of it all. So you probably heard the term budgeting. Think of it as a spending plan, right? So first and foremost is that know what your fixed expenses are. Without knowing that, then you have no basis to build upon, right? So that's first and foremost. The other thing that is very basic is, besides knowing your fixed monthly expenses, is whatever money that you're making, you need to make sure that you know how much money you're bringing in, right? So know your fixed costs and know how much money you're bringing in. So where college students get it completely structured wrong, or they don't even think about it, is that they would make money or money comes in, they would spend it, and whatever is left, then they try to save it or invest it, which is a terrible way to do it. They need to change that discipline or change that structure to money comes in, money pays all the living expenses, etc. And then also budget towards savings and invest, and we can talk more about that later. And then whatever is left, then spend. So if they do it that way, then now they're in more control of their money. Just something as simple as that. If they can do that in that order, they're already very effective with their finances. And not just that, but it gives them control over their finances. So, and this leads me to this point. As a college student, your most precious commodity are two things. It's either time and money, right? So you gotta ask yourself, how are you managing your time and your money? Let alone how are you investing or growing that? We're not there yet, but just ask yourself that question. If you're not good at your time management and not good at managing your money, you need to get back to square one. Don't skip this step and go, oh, what's a sexy or what's a cool investment or what's the hot investment that I can make right now? That is foolish, right? Don't go there. Don't be chasing silver bullets or trying to find a get rich quick or some type of shortcut. It does not exist. We're talking about here, how do you better yourself, right? And it starts with something as basic as knowing, again, what are your fixed expenses and how are you structuring your cash flow? When money comes in, it pays for all the fixed costs, your expenses, and then it goes towards investing and savings, and then the difference, then you spend that in things that you want and need. You need and want, right? In that order. Another thing, and we'll get into some quick minor things, little hacks for you, is that again, you're a college student, so don't be spending money like on vending machines or on Starbucks or coffee drinks, restaurants. Again, you need to save more. You need to have a discipline of savings. And to personalize it, when it comes to savings, don't think of savings as you need to save. What you need to think about is you need to pay yourself. So change the word save, like budgeting, to a spending plan, for example. Change saving into paying yourself. So you got to think about, how much do I want to pay myself, right? With whatever money that I'm earning. So just by thinking that alone, you would really appreciate the fact that you're spending like $3 on a cup of coffee or $3 on a drink. That's just where you can make that yourself. Or, by the way, it's more healthy just to drink water. That's a topic for later. But just be more wise with your spending. Another thing is buy things used, for crying out loud, right? This is part of managing your finances, because part of managing your finances is buying things for less, because that means you get to save more money and you can use that difference to do other things, right? To travel or whatever, then you can put that into your want category. So it's important to save. So, buy used books. Again, books are books. It's not like you get a better grade by having new books. I can tell you that much. When I was a college student, I can tell you used books are great because they come with notes. So, there's a hack there for you. And buy refurbished electronics. I mean, they have the same refurbished, or they call it certified or whatever. They have the same warranty or just as good of a warranty. And most electronics, if they're gonna break in the first 90 days anyways.
Turn it off. Oh, thank God.
Buy open box, right? They have full warranty there. Another thing is share resources, right? With your friends and colleagues, right? So share streaming services or passwords or services. That's a good way for you to save money, and a good way for you to barter services too. Like, hey, you do this for me, I can do that for you, or something like that. So it just drives your living expenses and your costs down, so you can take that difference and invest more in your future, or get stuff that you really want. In my opinion, when you're a student, remember, a student mentality is that you're building for a career. So the more you can save now, or the more you can invest in yourself to better yourself, the more options, or the better the career you're gonna have, right? So you gotta invest, you gotta focus on how can you pay yourself the most and get the most return for your time and money, right? Again, you gotta be future focused, because 4 years from now, you will graduate, right? So you gotta figure out, okay, 4 years from now, what do you picture yourself? Do you picture yourself having a great savings, some great investments? Do you picture yourself being very responsible with your finances and learning all these things, versus you wait until you become a senior, then you learn about these things, right? So be future focused, begin with the end in mind, right? Kind of that saying goes. And another thing is, look, it's okay to have credit cards. I don't know why people scare people from getting credit cards. If a credit card is a tool, it's a financial product. By the way, do not get a credit card if you're not able to buy something with it and then pay it off in 30 days. If you can't do that, you're not ready for a credit card. But let's say if you are, make that credit card work for you. It gives you cash back, right? There are rewards points, but don't make the mistake of, spend money so you get some, that's just not right? You want to be where, you want to be smart, where you're spending money on things you need anyways, but you also get rewarded for it, right? Hey, not bad. And it builds your credit, which is really important. Your credit is your credit worthiness, just like your reputation with your friends, right? You have credit, right? So it's your credit with the economy of this capitalistic society. So it's really important in your 4 years to also build it, right? By spending and paying it off, and then slowly increasing your credit limit. It's really that simple. So, another thing is, think about this, is that as a college student, again, you will graduate one day. So you have to be future focused and look into the future of how much are you going to be worth, right? When it comes to managing finances, or you personally, think of yourself as an investment. You got to be worth more 4 years from now, obviously, right? So you got to do more, and the law of compounding interest, if you're consistently investing in yourself an extra 30 minutes of reading a day, or an hour of reading a day in the topic of personal finance or your career or whatever you're passionate about, that will multiply so much 4 years from now. You'll be an expert or near an expert. You'll be so far ahead of your colleagues. And think of this, you might be in a college where you have like 20,000 other colleagues, right? I mean, you want to be where 4 years from now, you're just like the average or like everybody else, or you want to be more, right? So make these conscious investments today, or decisions today, that will pay you dividends along the way, and it will be worth so much more into the future. It's good to focus on your GPA, but again, like on the topic of managing your finances, like having a 4.0 GPA is great, but having a great credit score and having a great small investment portfolio that you built over 4 years, like you have that to show for, and a good credit score and credit worthiness. You see that, like you want to graduate with all those things, not just high grades, but a great credit score. You have a great sense of your finance because you gave yourself a great personal finance education, and so on and so forth, right? So to be great at your finances, it starts really early. So now that you're a college student, you're thinking about this topic, take it seriously. And if you don't even know your fixed expenses every month, forget about talking to your friends or trying to go in some forum and try to invest in something that is going to quadruple your money, or don't do that. That's not going to help you, because you have the wrong mindset and mentality to begin with. So imagine you're building a house on a foundation of sand, or a really weak or no foundation. Whatever success or things you built here does not last.
Oh, shoot.
If there's one thing my career has taught me, and with my own personal finance, if you don't have that together, you don't have a good finance, and you have a good discipline, good habits, and a good understanding of who you are, or your numbers, the other stuff is not going to help you. Matter of fact, I think you can figure it out for yourself. It's just going to encumber your life and stress you out more than you can ever imagine. It's not a good thing. Thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment, help build out this channel. Really appreciate it so we can get more personal with finance together.